Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'd like to tell you guys some of the new information we have from the Flames of Hope, such as a preview of the prologue, a scene that will be included, the chapter count, and more. This video does contain some spoilers for the book itself, so if you want to go into book 15 completely blind, then please click off the video. Thank you to EvilFireDemon for letting me know all this information and directing me to where I can find it. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. All the information here is found from the Wings of Fire wiki, Tui T Sutherland events, and from an audiobook site where a preview of the Flames of Hope can be found. First up, we have the prologue, or at least a preview of it. Even though we don't have the entire thing, we have a good majority of it shown on Overdrive. I don't want to risk playing the audio, but you can find a link to it in the first link in the description. Once you've listened to it, come back to the video for a full breakdown of the prologue sneak peek. So if you've just come back from listening to it or waiting until after the video to check it out, here's what you need to know. The prologue is from Raven's perspective, who is a scavenger living underground. This prologue is entirely centered around something called the Abyss, which proves that Biohazard's theory about the core of the other mind living there is true, and is definitely the same Abyss that Cricket, Blue, and Swordtail hid in. This so-called Abyss has been worshipped by the people in Raven's village for thousands of years, although the recent generation has become skeptical about worshipping it. The Abyss chooses one human to become the guardian of it and tells them the commands for the villagers to obey. They also need to send sacrifices to the Abyss every 10 years, and the person is seemingly chosen at random. Raven seems to be the most skeptical one of the Abyss worship, and began to question why their ancestors would ever agree to human sacrifice and listening to some hole in the ground. Finally, the leaders of her village agreed to stop beating the Abyss and began ignoring its calling. The people have said that Vol will be the last guardian, though Raven expressed that he used to be normal, but soon became secretive and even creepy, not even taking his eyes off the Abyss as he watched it. However, the day that a green tentacle came out of the hole and dragged him into it, making him the new guardian, things had changed. He was never the same person again. That's pretty much all of the prologue sneak peek discussed, but it provides so much useful information, even though it creates more questions than answers. However, like I said before, this proved Biohazard's theory right, in which the hole Cricket, Blue, and Swordtail found themselves hiding in is actually where the brain of the other mind is found. We get a little bit of information on Vol and Raven in the Dangerous Gifts epilogue, but apparently Book 15 starts right out with even more, implying this is a very important event to the conclusion of Arc 3. The other mind, seemingly hiding in the Abyss, is needing human sacrifices to sustain itself. But why? Why would a plant need humans to thrive? I have a feeling that Raven is going to be an important character, or at least help Luna restore Vol to his regular self and destroy the other mind once and for all. Raven doesn't seem to be the only one wary of the Abyss, so maybe the Secret Stealth Team members could even have help from other scavengers as well. But for now, we're not too sure, as we didn't get any more to the prologue than that. With that bombshell bit of information, we did get a story of how Luna and Swordtail met as a result of Tui sharing it during a fan event. The second link in the description will direct you to the wiki, in which that excerpt can be found. In case you haven't read it yet, it's just the beginning of the love story to Luna and Swordtail, likely as a flashback Luna has during her quest. This would probably be chapter 1, but there is always a possibility of it being shown at a later time in the book. It's a very interesting excerpt and provides more information on Luna and Swordtail's relationship, since it does get overlooked at the beginning of Arc 3. Overall, I think this little flashback is actually pretty nice, and it's making me more excited to see more moments with Luna. And finally, the chapter count was confirmed on Overdrive as well. The Flames of Hope is going to have 26 chapters, which is fairly standard for a Wings of Fire book. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. What theories do you have on the destruction of the other mind? Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!